Hi, everyone. Today I thought I would share a few thoughts on how do you choose a tuition center. Um, Somebody asked me, how do you choose a tuition center? Had coffee with him, and that's the question he asked. And I just realized that many people do not actually know how to choose a tuition center. Yes, I have been running a tuition center for 11 years. I've been teaching people for more than 20 years. And and after the pandemic now, it is more important and more crucial that you choose the right center for your kids, right? Uh, we know how important education is. Let's not even go into the state our country is now. I do not want to dwell into that. But I do know one thing that after this pandemic in 2020, which has affected many people, um, education is going to be something that's going to pull you through. And your children, uh, 5 or 10 years from now, because many things are not changing, they have changed. 2020 has come, this COVID 19 has come and expedited and sped up things. So you can't sit down and just follow the same pace that you were following before. You just can't do that, right? The world has changed. Some people accept it, some people refuse to accept it, and some people are very, very fearful of accepting it, right? So coming back to how do you choose a tuition center? Now, obviously, the term tuition talks about teaching or extra teaching, additional to schools. And given our education system, which I'm not very happy about anyway, tuition centers have uh, been set up many years ago, usually in the houses, just teaching and whatnot. That's how I started after my SPM, teaching kids how to, mathematics and English and whatnot. Now, the problem, I don't want to say problem, but the thing is, Malaysians do not, or people I meet, maybe there are those out there who do, but people I meet, most of them, nobody actually chooses the tuition center. Okay, in the sense that nobody like qualifies it, right? And I mean, not many. I correct myself, not many. Okay, for those parents who do, fine, well and good for you. But I'm talking about the majority of people. When I run a tuition center here and I meet these kind of people, and I find that the trend now is that no one chooses. Yeah? Not many people choose. They listen to their children. You know, Bagaimana tuition? Oh, sana. Kenapa? Kawan saya atau cikgu sekolah saya ajar sana. And oh, saya dengar bagus. But no parents do not. I have parents who do not come even to the tuition center to see what kind of establishment we are. You see, everything is based on signboards. It's based on big pictures. In Malaysia, I think it's like that. We love big pictures. Something big, something shiny, and wow, that must be a good tuition center because they can spend that much of money into advertisements. And I'm going to send my child there because the advertisement looks good. Now, advertisement is only a method of driving the traffic to the establishment. But after that, obviously, what the next thing you should do is to qualify the tuition center and the people who teach, right? I believe that you need smart people to teach children so they become smart. I mean, that's what I believe. I do not know what you believe, right? I do not know since when children became experts in which tuition center they should go to, right? My father was just a driver, and he took the trouble to find the right tuition center and go speak to the teacher, right, in order to ensure that his son, me, is put in a good place. Now, there could be many reasons for that. Number one, maybe, yeah, of course, not maybe, yeah, he wants his son to do better in his education. That's number one, of course, we want that. Another, maybe it's his money worth, right? He's a driver, and money is not something that comes by easily. So, every ringgit for him would have been precious, valuable enough. So, he wants to make sure that his hard-earned money is spent on a place which is going to help his child. See, the concerns were different, but the concerns now seem to be a bit different. And again, I am only speaking about my experiences and my dealings with parents around this area. This has nothing to do with people I do not know. I am not labeling anybody. I'm just speaking of my experience with my parents. And if you feel that this relates to you, then well and fine. Okay? If not, you can just turn off the button and say bye-bye, Mr. Botak. I know. I've enough of listening to you. It's fine, right? It's fine. So I do not know since when, compared to then till now, that children have become experts in choosing which tuition center they should go to. I don't know, because their friends go there. Now, if your friend goes there, does that mean that you will become clever? If your friends go there, does that mean that your friend has become clever? You know, you want to find partner, okay, fine, you know, you want to have friends and this and that. But we know, we see the number of tuition centers where the students are not actually, where are they? They're in the mama shop downstairs. Right? That's where they are. Lepa. Right? Come half an hour early to Lepa. Half an hour late, go back. Lepa. Right? So if tuition centers have become a Lepa place, then why do you call it a tuition center? And the center says, what? I can't do anything. My job is to teach. Your child doesn't want to learn. And, you know, so since when children have become experts in choosing the right center, right? I know. I also have students recommending their friends to the center. But what I'm trying to say is, how many parents are actually going up, walking up, sitting down with the people who teach there, or the administrator, and finding out what kind of values and what this center is all about. And choices, how people choose. People choose based on popularity. Oh, that guy, his son got 8 A's. That fellow's son got 12 A's. Your son? Your daughter? A boy who is already getting 8 A's, to help him get 8 A's, that's not the trick, isn't it? Is it? The trick is a failing boy, a girl, student, you get them to pass. And the passing ones, you get them to get credits. And the credit ones get distinction. And the distinctions one get the highest distinction. This is the target. Not, oh, that fella got 8 A's and this fella got 12 A's, so I put my child there. And my child will become very clever. You think so? If you think so, maybe you're right. Maybe you have your reasons. But what I have seen, the pattern is, it doesn't work. Popularity doesn't guarantee quality for your child. Next will be tips. Wow, the big T, right? Tips. Everything's about tips, tips, tips. Oh, tips ini, tips itu, tips. Now, what are you saying? What do you mean by tips? As far as I know, when I was in school, tips meant how do you help a child become a better student? Give him the tips. How do you become better students? How? How do you become a better student? Number one, timetable, right? A timetable. Out of 100 students we get, let's say example, out of 100 students we ask the parents, you'll be surprised that 90% of the parents or the students do not have a timetable, right? And the other 10, they have the timetable, but they don't know whether that timetable is effective or active, or the children are following their timetable. So this is, as a good student, any part of the world, the number one factor, you should have a timetable. I'm not talking about your school timetable. One fellow will say, Coach, saya ada jadual sekolah. Jadual sekolah apa? Itu kat sekolah. What do you do when you wake up in the morning? Right, what time do you get up? What are you supposed to do after that? Then what are you supposed to do after that? You go to school, you come back to school. What do you do after that? And what do you do after that? And after that? And after that? And what is then only you get to see that whole plan, don't you? But if you don't have a timetable, then what are you looking at? You tell me. You tell me. You think, does my child have a timetable? If he doesn't have a timetable, what is he living his life based on what? Just do whatever he feels like doing at that time? Everything is here? It doesn't work like that, guys. Huh? It doesn't work like that. Right? Taking notes. Right? How many of your kids know how to take notes? When we teach them Sejarah, when we teach them, why do you think children do not do well in Sejarah and geography? Don't know how to take notes. Blur when want to take notes. Okay, I mean, ready. You have to read to them. And that's what happens in schools also, right? The teacher will go, I can read from a book one. Why do I have to come to school? Why do I have to come to a tuition center where the teacher reads everything and then I copy? I'm not a photocopy machine. I tell my students, you're not a photocopy machine. I don't need you to copy, right? I need you to take notes. How many people actually take or help kids or teach them how to take notes, right? How do they take notes? They don't know how to take notes. Then how can a child be clever? This is my question, right? Okay? Memorizing. I know this country A, that country C, this country B. Memorizing is obsolete, is nonsense and all that. Hey, come on. Huh? If your child can't even memorize things, what does that mean? Short attention span. Either you didn't teach your kids how to go remember things, okay, or they just can't do it. So can that be good? It's a question. Can that be good? Obviously it cannot be good because your child can't memorize. You teach them something today, tomorrow they forget. And then parents come to me, what are you teaching my children? Huh? Oh, they can't even do timetable. Now, what can I do if your Form 2 boy doesn't know 4 times 8 is 32? Now, what do you want me to do? Huh? Sit down and teach him timetable, age of Form 2? Can, of course. We are more than willing to do that. We even have classes for that. But can you see where the problem is? You have not taught your child how to memorize. Right. And you find excuses. Children look for excuses. They look at the internet. Oh, the Western countries are much advanced. They don't do memorizing and this and that is all nonsense. Of course, it's not nonsense. See, Asia, I do not know how you make comparisons between Asia and the Western world, but Asia has got its values. And one of the values that we have is memorizing. And I believe that keeps our brain very sharp, very, very sharp. You know? I've got a senior resident in my Taman, he's 83 years old, and he can remember things that he did at the age of 25 and 40 and 60 and 70. He knows the details. So don't come and tell me that memorizing is outdated. Memorizing is important. This is what gets your child's brain sharper, right? You don't have to memorize everything, but you can memorize what's important. That's what we need to teach our children. Then they can be good in science. Then they can be good in the Sejarah and geography, right? Focus. How many children know how to focus, right? Punctuality. Class at 5:30, you come at 5:25. You don't walk in at 5:45 with a cool look, oh, people are looking at me. Who the hell cares? Who's looking at you? I don't care. I only care that the class is at 5:30 and you are there at 5:25. You are in class, not sitting downstairs lepaking with your friends. The desire to learn, the fire to learn. How many kids nowadays have the fire to learn, the desire to learn? These are tips. If you ask me, these are tips. But the tips that you want your child is, what question coming out? Oh, this center, they targeted 85% question came out, Very good center. Wow, okay, very good center. So what's the point? So is your son smarter? Is your son smarter? Is your son smart? Is your daughter smart? Because the smart ones, of course, they go to the tuition center, they get the tips as well. But you see, when they get the tips, it becomes a plus for them, right? The smart ones who have timetable, who focus, who can take notes and all, it benefits them. These are the kinds of questions which are going to be out, and this is how you address the question, this is how you answer them. Okay, good. Now you're talking about good tips. But not, that fella can't even take notes. Okay? He doesn't know what is, in geography, he doesn't know what is Bating Pase. He doesn't know that. What tips can I give this guy? What tips do I give this guy or girl? So tips is not the way to go. It's beneficial for all the good students who need the extra help because they want to score A pluses and they want to score A pluses. Okay, so they need the time. So they want the practice and all that. We have the tips also. What tips? We don't give you, this is the question coming out. Now that's not tips. For me, that's soalan bocho. That is soalan bocho. You can't teach kids to be good. You can't teach kids values when you encourage them, okay, to go for soalan bocho. This is the question which is going to come up. That's soalan bocho, man. Whether the person is caught, whether the person is, responsible for doing whatever he found out, okay, that this is a guy, that's not important, right? The point is, you have totally misunderstood the concept of tips and soalan bocho. So what you want is soalan bocho for your kids. So think, there are so many skills that to be nurtured and be taught to our children. Kita kena ajar, like what I said, and kita ajar. We teach them in Cahaya IQ. We teach them how to take notes. We teach them how to make mind maps. We teach them how to focus, how to memorize, how to do your times table better. Standard 1 kids, we teach them, right? The good things. Form 5, whoever that comes to us, we teach them. This is what a tutorial center is all about, to teach. We want to bring back education to what it was, okay, where it was good education, discipline, responsibility. We want to teach our kids and our future kids that that's the way. There is no shortcut. There cannot be a shortcut. There could be an easier way. There could be a simpler way, okay? But there cannot be a shortcut. I'm not saying children have to work hard, very hard, and not have a life. You see? All I'm trying to say is that children have the capacity to be great at education. It's just that parents do not allow them to be there. Stop listening to what people say, even me. Take this video as just, an information that you received. If you find that this information is not relevant to you, it's fine. It's just 10 minutes of your time or 15 minutes of your time, and it was an information to you. And you can just say, okay, I heard it, fine, it's not important to me. But to make your kids smart, you need to put them in a place that can get your kids smart, actually smart. So choosing a tuition center is actually very crucial now. And give your children a chance to be good, because children are good. They have a lot of good values in them, and we have to instill good values in them when they are young, and not give them opportunities to go lepa and waste their life. What to do? I may sound like a very old, what do you call it, broken record, going over and over and over again. But guys, you want to bring back good education. The only way to bring back good education is to get the children to do what needs to be done. That's it. So stop looking for shortcuts for your children. Stop pressuring children to study when you do not share with them the techniques which are there for them to follow. Okay? You can't get a child to study 18 hours a day and then he can get an A+. No, that will not work also. Right? So too many extremes sometimes. So 2021 is here. Choose a good tuition center for your kids. I'm speaking, I do not know, maybe some of you are staying out of where I am, in Cheras, and you may not be able to send your kids to us and whatnot, but nevertheless, wherever you are, try. Please, not try, do it. Let's throw this try out of the window. Do it. Take the time, go to the center, find out what's happening, and make sure that your children are getting educated and they are not going to the tuition center to lepa. Okay? Right? Thank you so much for listening. I know it's been I stretched the video a little bit, but why not? Why can't we? We can watch a movie for 2 hours and come up with nothing. Why can't we just listen to a Botafla talk for 15 minutes? Okay? Thank you guys, and Happy New Year to all of you.